마지막인 유콘주 발표를 들어보도록 하겠습니다. We'll now turn to our attention to Yukon, our final territory. 먼저 첫 번째 발표자를 소개해 드릴 텐데요. 첫 번째 발표자는 유콘 지올로지컬 서베이의 헤드이십니다. 미스터 스콧 캐슬맨님께서 준비를 해주실 텐데, 캐슬맨님은 1985년부터 캐나다, 터키, 아르헨티나, 인도네시아 등 다양한 지역에서 니켈, 동, 금, 석탄, 다이아몬드에 이르기까지 다양한 광물자원 지질조사 경력을 보유한 지질 전문가신데요. 유콘 챔버 오브 마인스의 대표로 2회 연임을 하시기도 하셨고, 나운솔 리저널 플래닝 회장을 역임하셨고, 또 2015년부터 현재까지는 유콘 지질조사소에서 헤드 오브 미네랄 지올로지로 재직하고 계시다고 합니다. 잠시 뒤에 만나보시겠습니다. So first of all, we will invite Mr. Scott Castleman, Yukon Geological Survey's head of mineral geology. She is a professional geoscientist with vast mineral exploration experience in Canada, US, and Turkey, Argentina, and Indonesia, across various commodities such as nickel, copper, gold, coal, and diamonds. He served 2 terms as CEO of Yukon Chamber of Mines and chairman of Dawson Regional Planning, and has been the head of mineral geology at the Yukon Geological Survey since 2015. So ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming him, and if you're ready, please begin your presentation, Mr. Castleman.
Thank you very much, Jessica. Welcome everybody, and thanks for the opportunity to present. This is a joint presentation by myself with the Yukon Geological Survey and Dustin Bureau from the Department of Economic Development. Sorry, one second. Okay, so the Yukon is located in northwestern Canada, as you see here. We're ideally located for servicing South Korea. There are 3 deep sea ports within close distance to Yukon, 2 in Alaska and 1 in northern British Columbia. And then it's just a short 7,000 kilometers to South Korea. The Yukon is well endowed with infrastructure. We have a well-established road network, 3 hydroelectric generating facilities, 1 LNG plant located in Whitehorse, 14 diesel generating plants scattered throughout the territory, mostly operating to serve remote communities that aren't connected to the electrical grid, but available if there is a shortage of supply. 95% of our energy is renewable. The majority of the communities located in the center of this map are connected to the electrical grid. And as I mentioned, we have access to 3 deep sea ports. We also have a modern environmental assessment and permitting process operating in the Yukon. Of course, you may know Yukon's history dates back to 1898 with the discovery of gold in Dawson. And I will talk about gold in a bit, but I'm going to start by another commodity or a couple of commodities that Yukon is well recognized for, particularly related to the mining in the Faro mine years ago, and that's lead and zinc. We're richly endowed in lead and zinc in the territory. We've got significant historic production from Keno Hill, Faro, the Wolverine mine, and the Sedena Hess mine. Looking at the historic production in the Keno district, production originated there in 1913, and it has continued off and on to the present. It is primarily a silver producing region from silver bearing veins. However, it has produced a significant amount of lead and zinc. It's produced 670,000 tons of lead and 190,000 tons of zinc, as well as the 562 tons of silver. The current operator of the mines there is Alexco Resource Corp. The Faro district began production in 1970 and operated until 1995, off and on. It shut down at that time due to low zinc prices. Faro is characterized as a SEDEX deposit, and it has a historic production of 1.8 million tons of lead, 2.7 million tons of zinc, and 1,661 tons of silver. The Wolverine mine is a little more recent operation. It produced from 2010 to 2014. It was operated by Yukon Zinc. It is a VMS deposit, and historic production there was 12,466 tons of lead, 114,000 tons of zinc, 11,000 tons of copper, and 289 tons of silver. It shut down primarily due to low zinc prices, and the company went bankrupt. I'll talk a little bit more about the Wolverine later. And Sedena Hess operated for a short period of time in 1991-92, shut down because of low zinc prices. It is a skarn deposit with historic production of 14,550 tons of lead, 58,000 tons of zinc, and 39 tons of silver. So if you're interested in looking for lead and zinc deposits in the Yukon, as you could see from the last graphic, the Selwyn Basin in southeast Yukon is the place to look. It's a slope to basin facies continental margin. It measures 700 kilometers in a northwest-southeast direction, 200 kilometers across that. It hosts sedimentary exhalative deposits, Mississippi Valley type deposits, skarns, mantos, and veins. So I'm going to start by looking at some of the SEDEX deposits in the basin. I won't talk about them all, but I'll do a couple of highlights. And of course, you see there Fireweed Zinc's Mac Pass project. Brandon's going to be speaking more about this later, but I'll just point out that the last resource estimate there was 1.8 million tons of lead, 3.7 million tons of zinc, and over 2,000 tons of silver. The other Scott mentioned the Selwyn project, which is right at the